Hi David, I can see you're here. And hello everybody else who's watching. If you're connecting to the replay, unless you're in here already, you're watching the replay, so welcome. It's lovely to connect with you. My name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance here on YouTube. And I am here to create this healing list event for patrons. That's my $15 patrons or more. So thank you so much for your support. We have 41 people on the list this month. So I'll just get a few things set up. Well, I think I'm a little early. Yeah, I'm a couple of minutes early. So I'll just get a couple of things set up and then I might just play the drum for a moment or two until the time ticks over. It's going to be a scorching hot day today. So it's not too bad now. It's about 25 degrees Celsius and we're heading towards 40, which is not common here. These are one of the one or two very hot days we get here in summer. So I'm parked under the shade. We've got my lime tree there in the background, my young lime tree. The cat can hear me and she's heading this way. So I'm in the shade for now. Let's play the drum for just a couple of minutes and then we'll get started. So take some deep breaths and what a nice way to start this connection. So welcome if you've just joined in. My name's Leanne Peters and this is our Patron Healing List event for January 2020. So welcome. My plan as I was preparing for this is to smudge. So we're going to do some smudging first. And then I have all of your names here on pieces of paper in this bowl. And what I've done, which is similar to last month, I've actually gone through, I've covered all the names and I've just written a word next to your name, which is similar to what I did last month, but we tied them up with another person. So you've got your individual words here, which as I was cutting them up, I didn't really read too much. So we're going to be surprised as they come up. I'm also going to pull a card with your name as I pull it out of the bowl, and we'll see what little message that needs to come through for you today. So after that I do want to do some drumming, and that will probably pretty much be the hour. So I'll be here for about an hour. If you can hang around, then great. If you can't, then please come back and connect with the replay if you want to. If you're one of the people on my healing list, then take a deep breath and just know this is your time. Now, if I forget to mention, if you hear water in the background, I've got the hose just on one of my fruit trees here to the side, just to give it a bit of drink, I guess. Yeah, so if you are on my list, just let yourself be here, allow this time for you. If you're not on my list, you can certainly receive assistance and support and healing from this connection. So just take a deep breath and be open to receiving what you need. If I wasn't on the list, I'd be taking a big breath and just sort of sitting back if I had the time and relaxing and just listening to the things and the parts that stand out for me. If I was on the list and I'm one of 41 people, that means I'd pay extra attention when it got to my name, but I'd also be very attentive to what's being said for other people and the other energy that's coming through, because there's likely going to be other things that can support you and resonate with you at this time. So that's what I would recommend. Just take on board what feels right, what resonates, what makes sense to you at the time of connection, and let the rest go. And we'll see what happens. So let yourself be surprised, and we'll see where we're going to go with this. So let's start with some smudging. So I'm going to be lighting my sage stick here. Let's take a nice big breath. This is our time now of preparing ourselves for this healing time. Each month it's a little bit different. I wasn't really sure what I was going to be doing this month until about an hour ago. I kind of knew yesterday we were in for a very hot day, so I thought it was unlikely I'd be outside. But it's not too bad in the shade at the moment. So this is always the best place to be, outside if I can. So nice big breath, and imagine this sacred smoke washing over your body and carrying away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attacks and attachments. So give yourself permission to let that stuff go. So you don't need to hold on. Think about surrendering your hold and letting all that stuff go that's weighing you down, that's creating negative effects on your body or your mental health or your emotional state, and let that go. We also use this time now to call forward the Great Spirit, our God and Goddess, all of our spirit guides, our power animals, our loved ones in spirit, our ancestors, all beings of the light, and any other specific beings or energies that you like to work with. Please call them forward now. So we imagine them coming around us and supporting us in this big circle. So I see us all sitting in this big circle and all our spiritual helpers standing around us. So we are supported, we are loved, and we are all in this together. So you may like to picture yourself in this circle with us. It is something to visualize if you want to visualize, but you also just need to trust, because not everyone's visual. So you may not get the visual. You may find it difficult to imagine that we're all sitting in a big circle here. So if you struggle to imagine that or visualize it, it's not a bad thing. It just means that you connect in with that subtle energy in a bit of a different way. So you might have a knowing that we're in a circle. You may get this feeling that we're in a circle together. So you can trust and know without doubt that we are, you can imagine us sitting in this circle together. We are together. So I am going to, because we don't have much of a breeze, I don't think. I say that and my paper goes flying. But I'm going to basically just lay the cards out here, just face down in front of me. I'm going to sort of fan them down. And I'm just going to pick out people's names, and I'm going to pick a card that stands out. Whoops. And we'll talk about that card for a moment and the energy, and then we'll move on to the next person. So take a nice big breath, and I trust that the right word that's next to your name, the word that's next to your name is the right one. And I also trust that we will pick the right card that you need. So I've got 2 rows here, fanned out cards. We've got 110 cards here and 41 people on the list. So I'm going to go through nearly half the deck. Not quite. So let's see who's first on our healing list today. This person, whoops, nearly 2. Our first person is Angie Griswold. And Angie, this is a great way to start our circle. I feel like we're going around here on my left side. So Angie, I feel that your energy's next to me, and then we're going around the circle until the last person is here on my right. So that's kind of what I feel like we're doing as we pick these names out. So I'm imagining you, Angie Griswold, sitting right next to me, and your word, which is perfect to start this circle and this connection, is breathe. So breathe is your word, and let's just grab a card without looking or thinking. We have this, rosemary, self-love. This is about looking within and reconnecting with who you are and taking a moment to take some really big deep breaths and just reconnect with your body, with yourself. This is for your balance physically, emotionally and mentally. So Angie, welcome to our circle, and take some nice big breaths. In many ways, it's probably an advantage going first, isn't it? Because your essence is here, whereas other people's essence is kind of here, but not substantially here yet. So there's something strong about calling you all forward. So let's see who's next. Next is Ann Osias. So Ann, welcome to our circle. Your word, and this is perfect too. I think these are all going to just work out. Your words are let go. Let go. So see what that means to you. Just sit with the words. Feel it. And your card is Sacred Haven, card 5. And this is about stopping, smelling the roses, catching your breath, and thinking about the things that you're grateful for. So let go of the things that you're not connected with right now. And it's okay. You can let them go, and you can reconnect with the moment and the power and your ability to appreciate what is here, what is available to you now, who is available to you now. Next in our circle, calling forward Avril Daly. Avril, your word is trust. And let's grab a card to go with that. This one, it's the Echidna. So Avril, trust and don't dwell on the details. So keep going. There's no need to stop and dig up the little itty bitty dirt bits and pieces, you know, the details. You don't need to stop and dig up the details. Keep going, keep moving, go with the flow and trust in the direction that you're moving. So welcome, Avril. Next person coming into our circle is Courtney Smith. Now this is interesting. Courtney, your word is hold. Hold. Now when I wrote that word, and I didn't know who it was next to, I didn't know whose name it was going to be assigned to. When I saw hold, I saw holding a baby. So holding things and that are precious. And we have this card, floating. Actually, this card has not come up for ages. Floating, spontaneous, calling, mental break and escape. So this is about taking a break to get a new perspective. And maybe thinking about what you're holding on to and what you're maybe pushing away, because it's always good to think about the things that are the opposite of what you're looking at. So I think of holding and I think of pushing away or surrendering. So maybe think about the things that you're pushing away and the things that you're holding on to. But maybe there's a need to just take a bit of a mental break. It could be a couple of hours on the water or in nature or a drive in the country or something. So see how that sits for you. But welcome to our circle, Courtney. Next person is Jane Larson. And Jane, welcome to our circle. Your word is love. And your card is to break negative patterns. So this is about breaking negative patterns or negative habits and avoid going back to them. And I feel this strong connection here between the love and this card is by breaking these negative habits and really looking at removing them from your life and replacing them with love. So things that you love to do. So if it's a habit you're trying to break, see if you can find something that you love to do that can replace that habit or that pattern. So this is very much about breaking your shell down, letting love in. So Jane, welcome to our circle. Next person is Annick Beal. Annick, your word is jump. jump. Let's see which card goes with this. Jump. With the fox, find a way. So there seems to be a pushing here, that you're being pushed into something and being encouraged by this card to find a way through an obstacle, find a way towards a solution, find a way and carve a path out for yourself and jump, leap into it. I see this jump, I see this as a visual of you jumping into deep water. So there's a feeling of stepping out of your comfort zone. There's a feeling of forward movement and really sort of pushing the boundaries so that you can move forward. So welcome to our circle, Annick. Next person is this person. It's Charley Ross. Charley, your word is shine. And your card is the Buffalo Woman. This card is about your gifts, your skills, your talents, your hobbies, taking your hobbies, your skills, what you know to the next level. So advancing your skill set perhaps, or starting a new hobby. And you're being encouraged to think about or letting yourself shine. So dive right deeply into your hobbies, your talents, or what you want to take to the next level. It reminds me a bit of taking a hobby and turning it into work. So doing something you love and being paid for it. There's nothing better than that. So I'll leave that with you, Charley. Welcome to the circle. We're going to be drumming with you all in a minute. Next in our circle, I'd like to welcome David Magness. I don't know if you're still watching, David. Your word, David, is open. Open. Let's grab a card for you. It's this. Open, and the giraffe, card 33. It reminds you to look at things differently. So keep your viewpoint, your vision open and void of expectations, open to the potentials, the possibilities, and letting yourself be surprised. So be careful you haven't got tunnel vision on something. Let yourself open and expand and see things from a different perspective. So that'll help get things moving, is the feeling here. So welcome to our circle, David. Next person I'd like to welcome to our circle is Elle Du Bois. So Elle, your word is connect. And I love that word. It reminds me of like plugging in. So your card to go with that is the Earth Dragon. And the Earth Dragon says physical reformation. So simply, this is talking about connecting with your physical body, connecting with your physical life. This will especially be important if you've been feeling disconnected or separate or at a distance between yourself and your body, or yourself and your life. This is a powerful card, so there's a powerful connection potential here for you on a physical level with your body or your life. So Elle, connect, and welcome to our circle. Next person is this person. It's Kimberly Veness. Kimberly, your word is freedom. It reminds me of that movie, Braveheart. I love that movie. I've watched it about 1 trillion times. Freedom. And your card is Turtle. Slow and steady. This is about finding your pace, finding your rhythm, especially as you journey towards your freedom. And freedom, true freedom, I'm thinking of having limitations but still feeling free. In many ways our body, and for some people it's more of a restriction than others, but in some ways our body can be a limitation, a restriction. So how can you feel free within your limitations? I think that's where real freedom is. When we want these limitations, no matter what our limitations are, whether it's finances, the state of our body, our location, what we want to do, or what we dream about, no matter what our goal is or our desire, we have to find that freedom within the limitations and the confines of our physical experience. So I feel that's where true freedom is, not about rejecting these things that we have to deal with, but finding freedom within the limitations. So find your slow and steady pace. Kimberly, you don't have to rush. as you move towards your freedom. So Kimberly, welcome to our circle. This is exciting. I can feel you all just kind of here in energy, and then when I call your name, it's like you're here pretty much in the physical, and I feel our circle growing. So it feels exciting. Next person I'd like to welcome to the circle is Carol White. Carol, your word is consolidate, and your card is the power of observation. So you're being encouraged to consolidate, bring things together, tie up loose ends, and work with your power of observation. This doesn't mean not to take action. This just means to sit back and observe and wait for the green light to turn on, and then take the action that you need to take. So welcome to our circle, Carol. Let's see who's next. It is, oops, two people, but I have my fingers on this person. It's Janice Chalmers. Your word, Janice, is resources. These are the resources. I think of the things that you can use, whether it's financial resources, food, other resources that you're gathering to work on something or do something. Your card to go with that, we're in an owl theme, aren't we, is persistence. So you've been encouraged to be persistent and patient in regards to the resources that you're trying to gather or accumulate or collect. So be patient and persistent. Don't give up. Don't give up. The resources are coming. They might feel like they're trickling in at a very slow pace at times, but you can trust and keep persisting. The resources are available to you. So don't give up on those. So welcome to our circle, Janice. This is so fun. I'm having so much fun. And of course, this would be awesome if we had virtual reality or you were all here in person and we could, talk and converse and connect. That would be extra special. But in the meantime, we have this connection. So Pamela Florea, I'd like to welcome you to our circle. And your word is intention. Let's see what your card is. Oh, we've got two. Let's grow with both. We've got these two. Your intention. Your intention in regards to your shelter, your home, your safe place, your roof over your head. And your intention in regards to your joy, feeling joy and motivation and freedom. And I feel like these go hand in hand. So it feels a bit concerning, perhaps your shelter or your situation around the home right now, and that is maybe snuffing your joy a bit. So as you can get your clear intentions and back them with action, your joy is going to come when you have that stability of that roof over your head, if that makes sense. That's what I'm feeling. Welcome to our circle, Pamela. Next is this person. It's Marguerite Pepper Brady. This is interesting coming off what I've just talked about because it's stability is your word, Marguerite. Stability, and your card is the Yogi. This is about an epiphany, the penny dropping, getting it, understanding something that you've been uncertain about. And this is going to potentially produce that stability of that energy that's here with your name. So you don't need to search it or seek it out. It's going to naturally happen when you least expect it, when something shifts or something you see in a different light, and then the light bulb turns on. It's like, yes, now I get why I have to do that. Now I understand why that needed to happen or what have you. So this is about your stability. Welcome, Marguerite. Let's just sit up a wee bit. Okay, next person coming into our circle is Angela James. Angela, your word is reassurance. Reassurance. So reassuring you that everything's going to be okay. Let's see which card you get. It's a speed of light. And it's delegate. So ask, plan, organise, assistance. So you're being encouraged to get organised, delegate chores, take the pressure off yourself on a day-to-day basis to help keep, I feel like help keep your energy levels going and to keep that reassurance energy strong as well. You may need to think about too getting maybe a little bit more organised, getting a little bit of a plan in place if that's needed for your reassurance and for your peace of mind. So Angela, welcome to our circle. Next person is... It's Radzy. Radzy, your word is grow. I feel like we must be about halfway because I feel I can sense Radzy as I've called you in. You're sitting sort of opposite me around that area. So grow is your word, Radzy. Got an ant crawling on me, which happens when you sit under a beautiful tree like this, which you can't quite see because I'm trying to sit in the shade. Your word, Radzy, is lamb. Lamb, embrace your youthful side. So it's your youthful, fun, playful, creative, joyful, fun side that is under growth at the moment. And I feel this is going to help you grow as a person. So playfulness is your key to growth right now. So I trust that makes sense, Radzy. Thank you so much and welcome to our circle. Next person was trying to escape. You had your little tag just out the thing, and there's one other one too. So I'm going to pull you next. This is Matthew Keith. Matthew, your word is reach. And it's funny because you were trying to escape the thing. Reach. Reach. Let's see which card goes with this. It's the kangaroo. The kangaroo says leap over the obstacle. And there is kind of a reaching, a momentum, a forward movement here that I'm seeing with the kangaroo as they make their big leaps forward. And even though reach feels a little different, there is still that kind of stretching out, whether it's a leaping or a stretching with your hands. So really moving forward. And I feel reaching out to grasp to grasp something that you want in your life. To speak out, reach out, leap forward. Go for it. So Matthew, welcome to our circle. I'm going to go for this other person that is just tucking out of this bowl, and it's Martha Samuels. Martha, your word is question. Let's see which card we want. Question. You've got the air dragon. It says your mind is powerful. Don't underestimate the power of your mind. But I feel you can question it too. Question your thoughts, question your motives, question your ideas, so you can make sure that you're going for the best option available. So your mind is powerful. Don't forget to question things so you can make sure that you have all the information you need. So welcome to our circle, Martha. Let's see who's next. We have Bronwyn Usher. Bronwyn, your word is adjust. Adjust. And your card is the macaw. It says bold and daring communications. So you're being encouraged to think about how you're communicating, how you're expressing yourself, and there may need to be something that needs to be adjusted if it's a bit too strong or harsh or unintentionally hurtful perhaps, or being taken the wrong way. There's a feeling here of adjusting your words in some way. And also an adjustment to maybe how you're taking other people's words. So if you're taking things a bit too personally, just think about what you might need to adjust about yourself so it's not affecting you so strongly if it's affecting you in a negative way. But adjust. This is just make some little adjustments to things that aren't working, some tweaking, some refinement, if you like. I had my water ready to bring down. I have brought it down. It was camouflaged behind my bowl. Okay, let's see who's next. If you would like to be a part of this type of healing event next month, to have a look on my Patreon page. The link is in the video description. It's Kathleen Glen. Welcome to our circle. Your word is release. And your card is the Emperor Moth. Put things into order. So this is especially to do with paperwork usually, and there's a sense here of, in some ways urgently, putting things into order or have motivation to sort some things out, perhaps paperwork. And there's an urgent feeling which can feel a bit uncomfortable, like we're preparing for the end, but actually we're preparing for a new beginning. So you've been encouraged to sort out those things that you've been putting off, tie up those loose ends, get those things into order so you can release them. So you can release them from your mind space, so you're not constantly or often thinking of these things that you need to do, but you're not actually doing them. This will free up a lot of your space. Got ants. I think the ants are looking for food or water. So welcome, Kathleen. I trust that resonates. Next person I'm welcoming to the circle is Joanna Levine. Joanna, welcome. Your word is abundance. So abundance comes in the form of good health, opportunities, finances, savings, things in good flow is how I think of abundance. And your card is the eagle's nest. This talks about changes around the home, a time of waiting, but also a time of preparing. So you've been encouraged to use your time of waiting to prepare yourself for the abundance that's coming in. And you're more abundant around the home than you may realise right now. So notice the things that are working, the things that are in good flow, especially around your home. But you are preparing yourself for something, I feel. So Joanna, welcome to our circle. Next is Susan Macmillan. Oh, Susan, your word is enforce. And the words that come are enforce the law. Is this boundaries that you need to enforce? Okay, interesting. We have the rabbit with your card here, Susan. So enforce and make your move. So you've been encouraged. With the enforce word, it feels like a real strong mental power, a mental focus to really be clear, so clear about what you want, where you want to go or what you need to do, that you can enforce that. You can set a really clear intention as you make your move. There's a quickness feeling to this. So there's a mental enforcement, a mental power that's coming in as you prepare to make your move. Trust in the direction that you're going. So I trust that makes sense, Susan, and welcome to our circle. So next person I'd like to welcome to our circle, I'm just imagining 42 of us sitting here under the tree together. How cool would that be? We've got Susan Sonsteng. I trust I pronounced your name correctly, Susan. Susan Sonsteng, and Susan's word is light. Your card is the wolf. Secure those boundaries. So light, we could look at this in a few different ways. Light, we could think of lightening the load. We could think of a light as in turning a light on, turning a light off. But I'm feeling actually more led to a lightness, lightening your load. And I feel like a key to lightening your load and your energy is really thinking about securing your boundaries and noticing where you're giving your power away. That's draining your light, that's draining you and making you feel heavy and exhausted. So it might be quite important for you to look at how you're spending your time and where you're giving your power away, who you're giving your power away to, and rein it back so you can feel lighter within yourself. So welcome to our circle, Susan. Next person is Nicole Wiggins. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me a second. Wiping my nose. And no, I'm not sick. I just got allergies. So, sorry about that, Nicole. Sneezing all over you. Oh, Nicole, your word is welcome. Welcome. What are you welcoming into your life, or what are you not welcoming? You have the cheetah. The cheetah says to focus on your strengths. So welcome your strengths into your experience. Sometimes we spend too much time focusing on our weaknesses or the things that we may not be so good at. So you can work with your strengths, you can welcome them further into your life and actually use your strengths to strengthen your weaknesses. So this is what you're perceiving as strong and weak about yourself. And it's probably going to vary too. I know sometimes, for example, I feel really disconnected from my voice and I feel really self-conscious about it. And that's usually when I'm going through a shift or an adjustment in my throat chakra. So most of the time I'm feeling quite confident about what I have to say and my voice, but sometimes not. So I would see that when it's feeling a bit weaker, that would be a weakness, but for the most part it's a strength. So it does depend on what we're going through. So in this moment for you, Nicole, what are your strengths and what are you deeming as your weaknesses, and how can you be more welcoming of those types of energies into your experience? So welcome, Nicole, to our circle. Next is Anne-Marie Douglas. Anne-Marie, your word is surrender. Surrender. And sending you lots of love, because I know that you're either having an operation right now or you maybe just come out of it. I don't know how long your operation is for. So I want to just spend a moment now just holding you in a space of light and healing, and I really trust the surgery has gone well and that you have a speedy and full recovery. So sending you loads of love from that healing perspective. Let's see what your card is. It's this. Oh, look at this. Comfort. Oh, sorry, support. Support. But it says comfort, loved ones, reassurance. So this picture here is representing your loved ones coming in and supporting you, comforting, reassuring you that everything's going to be okay. So this is a really nice comfort card to let you know that, you know, you are loved, you are supported, and to reassure you. In regards to your word surrender, you're being encouraged to continue surrendering your insecurities and your doubts about the support that you have, and keep noticing the support you do have. And as you notice it and go, well, actually, I've got a bit more support around me than I realised, then you're going to notice more and more, and you're actually going to start attracting it. So surrender your thoughts and your doubts about the support that you do have, and sending you loads of love. There's a lot of love coming in with this card as well. So welcome to our circle, Anne-Marie. Next person is Leslie Laagel. Your word is pillar. Pillar of strength, pillar of light. Your card to go with it is twin flame, pillar of love. This, when I think of pillar, because, you know, we've got the pillar of light family, I've been exploring pillar energy and what it feels to me for a long time. And it feels very strong and supportive. It feels like a column, like one of those old Roman or Greek pillars that we'd see on those really beautiful buildings. So I see you as a pillar, Leslie. And because you've got the love card, I would say a pillar of love, a pillar of light as well, because there's a flame energy connected with this. It says union, love, togetherness, equal effort. So this is about you standing in your strength and your light and your power as a pillar, but not thinking and looking down at others who may not be at that level. So this is about seeing eye to eye and seeing other people for the pillars and the light that they are, their uniqueness. So there's something really beautiful and strong about that. So welcome to our circle, Leslie. Next person is Rebecca Ross. Rebecca, your word is bright. Welcome to our circle, Rebecca. Ah, bright, and you've got the abundance card. So this says blessings, abundance, prayers, and opening. So this is reminding you to stay open and recognize the blessings, the abundance that's all around you, the bright parts of your life that you can appreciate and enjoy and notice and be grateful for. So these are great energies to have. So welcome, Rebecca. Next person, and this is someone trying to escape the confines of my bowl. It's Allison. Allison, your word is wonder. Wonder. And your card, it's a featured card. It's our first featured card. What am I going to do with it? Let's honour it, and we'll take this as the top card to go with it. Okay, so we've got the lunar cycle with the purification card and your word wonder. So this talks about a 1 month cycle. So there's a strong cyclic energy around today. It came up in my cards for the week video. If you missed it, go and have a look, because it was about cycles today. And this is a cyclic card. So this is talking about from now and over this next 1 month approximately. So around, what date is it? The 31st, is it? No, is it? Hold on. Is it the 31st? It is. It's the last day of the month. Okay, so it's the 31st. So we're looking for about the whole month of February. There's something important about this being your time of clearing. So you can welcome more wonder in. I see you clearing the vines, clearing the cobwebs, so you can see the world from a more wondrous perspective. So it might be worth thinking about for you, Allison, over the next month. It's really focusing on your purging and clearing so that you can bring more wonder in. So welcome to our circle. Next person I'd like to welcome is Sandi Greenham. Sandi, your word is rise. Rise, and you have the healing card. This says golden light wounds, blocks and dissolve. So this is very much about healing of the physical body. And you've got rise, so you've been encouraged to think about how you can lift up above whatever you're dealing with in your physical body. Can you lift up, rise up and raise your energy vibration above what you're seeing as a problem at this time? So rising up, or rise, actually it is rise. Welcome, Sandi. Next person is Ellen Stensley. Ellen, your word is joyful. Ah, you've got a featured card, which goes with this. You've got the cobra bite. So you've got joyful. This is a strong energy. It's a surprising energy. It's a truth-bearing card with the zebra that says alternative options. So it feels like it's important for you to think outside the box, to step outside your comfort zone. What was your word again? Joyful. So that you can look for alternative options that will bring you towards your joy. So you might be, a bit like I was saying with David, you might be a little bit more tunnel visioned than you realise. So maybe think about stepping outside the box, looking at what you can be surprised by or what you're curious about, so that you can bring more joy into your life. So I trust that makes sense, and welcome to our circle, Ellen. We're getting down there. We have about 8 more people to connect with, then I'm going to be drumming. So next I'd like to welcome Christopher Regan. Christopher, your word is become. Become what? Become joyful. Become the dolphin, a time to celebrate. I see the fireworks going off, you leaping out of the waters of your life and becoming what it is that you want to become. So it might be worth thinking about, what is it that you're becoming? And this is a question I ask myself in my journal probably once a month, is who am I becoming? And I connect with, okay, who do I think I'm becoming? And every month it's different. Sometimes it's similar, but it's often different because it depends on what I'm feeling, what I'm inspired by, what I'm becoming at the time, because we're always going through new learning things that we're learning. So who are you becoming, and can you celebrate who you're becoming? So Christopher, welcome. Next person is Loretta Martin. Loretta, your word is force. Force. So we could look at this from a few different angles. Let's see what your card is. Force. And you've got a gathering. This could be quite literal. Maybe there's a gathering that you've been talking about and other people aren't really keen about, but you might need to move forward and organise this meeting or this gathering. So it could be actually quite literal. This is also about you stepping into your role as a leader and finding more fulfilment in regards to your mission, your purpose in life, and being perhaps a little less, could you say, a less laid back about it. I feel like this force energy is encouraging you to sort of light that fire under your backside and get things happening. So I'm not sure which angle that is directed at you or for you, Loretta, but I'll leave it with you and I trust it makes sense. So welcome to our circle. Next person is Gayle McCoy. So we're getting closer. So we're imagining you all coming into our circle as I call your name, and we're getting closer now to this right side. So the last person I connect with is going to be sitting here right on my right. Gayle McCoy, your word is attempt. Have a go. You have a featured card. Have a go at breathing love, life back into yourself and your relationships again, and your life. This is reinflating yourself and connected with pause. So it's interesting, you've got this pause energy, but you can do a lot during your time of waiting and pause. And I'm feeling having a go having a go at trying to improve things might be important while you're going through this time of limbo. So I'll leave that with you, Gayle. Welcome to our circle. Next person is Fiona Coughlin. Fiona, your word is kindness. Kindness. So think about how this relates to you. Now, do you feel people around you are being a bit unkind or a bit harsh? Are you noticing that maybe you're being a little harsher than normal in certain situations? Your word to go with that is a featured card, and to go with it is this. So it's solar cycle. This talks about day-to-day focus and or one particular day. With the unicorn, which talks about trusting in your spiritual interests, the things that you enjoy on a spiritual or psychic level. And you could trust them in helping you on a day-to-day level. So there's a sense here that you may be feeling a little lacking in trust of your own intuition, maybe a little doubtful at the moment, and this may be bringing up a bit of a harsh energy, and maybe you're being too hard on yourself. Maybe you need to adopt that kind energy towards you. So think about bringing back into your days, your day-to-day, your spiritual interests again. Make time for the things that you love to do, and don't be so hard on yourself. So welcome, Fiona. I trust you resonate with that, and welcome to our circle. Next person is Sarah Jones. Sarah Jones, your word is discovery. Discovery. It's connected with this. Discovery, and this is about stepping forward onto new adventures. It's about progressing. It's about initiation. So stepping forward and discovering what life has to offer you, going on an adventure. Doesn't mean you have to go anywhere necessarily, because there's plenty of adventure to have or be had around in everyday life experience. So if you're getting a bit bored with life, Sarah, or you're feeling a bit unexcited about life right now, look and see what you can discover that's all around you and what adventure you can go on. So welcome, Sarah. Next person is Kimberly Revel. Kimberly, your word is stretch. Stretch out of your limitations. Try something new. Actually, and we've got a featured card, which is Turtle Dreaming. He says to get serious about cooperating. So see if you're pushing against something where you don't need to. Are you blowing things out of proportion? Are you trying to swim upstream when you should just surrender and just go with the flow? So you're being encouraged to get serious about cooperating and to stretch outside your limitations. Stretch further. See what further things you can discover and uncover about yourself as you are more cooperative, as you get serious, get focused, and as you stretch out of your own limitations. So welcome, Kimberly. We have 4 more people. Next is Adriana Kuliskova. Adriana, I trust I pronounced your name okay. Your word is strengthen. 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 And you have new energy coming in. So these are light codes, new energy coming in, things that you might be doing a lot of writing, and you're being encouraged to strengthen your writing, strengthen your connection to spirit, so you can remember who you are, because that's really what it's about. It's about remembering. So strengthen your connections to yourself so that you can remember. So welcome, Adriana. Next person is Andrea Stuart. Andrea, your word is balance. You have the doe. The doe says to feel deeply. So the key to your balance right now is to just fully feel and surrender to that feeling. And that's simply all it is. Don't make things too complicated, because you're going to lose your balance. So there's a simplicity to this, so that you can just simply be in your balance and get through your day. Just get through your day, each day, on a day-to-day simple level. That's balance for you, Andrea. Next person this is the second last person, it's Chelsea. Chelsea Keith, your word says welcome. Oh, I think we already had welcome somewhere, did we? Welcome, and your card is the chameleon. Give it your full attention. So this is about staying attentive and focused and avoid distractions, especially in regards to welcoming new energy in. There's something new about welcoming. So there's a feeling here of letting your door open, letting yourself welcome in the fresh new air, welcome fresh new faces. Maybe you've become a little boxed in lately and a little bit, the air a little stagnant. So if you can open your door and be a bit more welcoming of that air, that energy, the air, so new mind thoughts coming in, new faces to bring into your life, and give this your fullest attention. So avoid distractions. Chelsea, that means lucky last person who's sitting just here on my right. Is Kanti Devi. Kanti Devi, welcome to our circle. Your word is colours. And your card is the tiger shark, which says to open your heart. Open your heart with colours. Colours. So this might be to do with what you're wearing, a brightening. There is sort of a welcoming feeling here too with this, but there's a colourful, joyful sense here. And this, as you welcome and you embrace colours that you may not be totally fond of, you know, you might have colours that you've been favouring lately. Explore and step outside of that comfort zone a little bit, because I feel like it's going to open your heart as you explore the realm of colours. So welcome, we're now all here. We're now all here, finally, in our circle. Thank you so much, everyone, and thanks for your patience. Let's go into some drumming. Just get these cards, the rest of these cards, out of my way. We're going to drum. So I now clearly see all of you here in this circle, in this space. Maybe considering what came up for you. Maybe there's something else that's more important for you right now to focus on. It's okay, whatever you need, you can trust in what you need. And I trust you're going to receive it from the drum. I'm going to drum for about 5 minutes and hold this space for you. I'm not going to have any intention except hold space. I trust that you know what you need. So I'm holding space for you to clear your blocks, receive what you need, whatever it is that you need. So nice big breath. There's nothing you can do wrong. Oh, this is cool, having the leaves in front. And there's nothing you can do wrong. So just take a deep breath, relax, and hold your clear intention. And I'll do my job of holding space and playing this drum. Us back, or the blocks that we've realised, down from our body out through our tailbone as we sit here in this circle and down into the earth. And here it just returns back to love. So think about letting the earth take your blockages and the things that are holding you back, that which you need to release and let go. Let it drain out from your body and pour down into the earth, where it feeds the earth, because it's just energy. While it's a block in our body, it's taking a form, but when it's not in that form, it's just simply life force. So surrender as deeply as you can through your tailbone. Feel all that old energy rushing out now the energy's shifting, and there's an energy moving around our circle, like a spiraling energy that's spiraling just slowly up our body as we're sitting here. It's a light, like a golden light, and it's filling us up as it moves around and passes around us all. And as it gets back to the beginning, it's just slowly lifting up like a spiral or a spring, lifting up through our body, lifting us up through the spine, up through the front of our body, up through our neck, up through our head, and right up to our crowns. So it's like we've just been stretched up through our torso, lifting up, stretching up, rising up. And just holding this position, letting ourselves grow and rise. Okay, and just holding this energy now. Just letting it settle, letting it find its place in our body, so we can still feel tall and stretched up, but the energy's settling, so it's finding its place. It's anchoring into our body. It's grounding, basically. Okay. I see a nasty little jack jumper over there, which I certainly don't want biting me, so I'm going to just stay this side and you can stay over there. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I really trust you've enjoyed this connection. It feels like a strong connection to me. It feels like we've really established a strong sense of togetherness, but honouring each other as an individual, as each individual has been honoured and kind of brought into our circle in this space. I trust you're feeling great. That will be the main thing. That's where you know things have shifted or this has been beneficial for you, because you should start to feel a little better, maybe a little brighter, a little clearer, perhaps a bit more balanced, whatever, or supported, whatever it is that you've needed. So I want to thank you for being in this space and allowing me to connect with you today, and to connect with you on behalf of everybody, because it's your role as an individual being here that's helped make this space exactly what it has been. So thank you for your participation. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. If you would like to be a part of this connection next month for February, then keep an eye out for the date for our Healing List event. It will be towards the end of February. It's towards the end of each month, just to catch any new people that come in, so I don't have then 2 or 3 people that didn't receive it and then I have to do a second one. So I try and do this towards the end of the month. If you have been on the list today and you're inspired to stay, thank you, and you're inspired to stay a part of this connection, then I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Our new members are welcome anytime. So it's a $15 US exchange to be a part of this, and you're also put into our Pillar of Light family. So have a look on the Patreon link if you're inspired to. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. I don't need validation of a connection that I make. It's not something that I require. I trust in my connections, and I trust that you will receive what you need from that information. Some people feel they want to share and express the connection that's been made. If that's something you want to do, you're very welcome to, but you don't need to do it for me. I don't need the validation. So you sit in the space that you've enjoyed, that's been there for you, and enjoy it. So thank you so much. If you want to learn more about me and the work I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au or my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Temple of Balance, but the link's in the video. Thank you so much. This has been so much fun. It's been a great start to this day, so I trust you feel wonderful. Have a great rest of your day, and sending you loads of love, always from my heart to yours. Namaste. Bye. Oh, how do I turn this off? It's so different to Facebook. Yeah.